This week on the Digital Coffee, is Chrome, the browser, about to eat all your cookies? Is email marketing dying? Hint, hint. No, it's not. And the Threads API is coming. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. I forgot to pick up my mug. I'm out of practice. Gosh, there's lots of you here already watching. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for your business. My name is Amanda Webb. I am a digital marketing ROI consultant and trainer, which means that I help people just like you get more profit from the time and the energy and the cash that you're spending on your marketing. And I do that with a lot of Google Analytics training. So if Google Analytics is your thing, get in touch. But enough about me. That's about me. Who's watching? Now, I lost a chain that hangs these around my neck, so it's going to be a bit clunky today. I can see we've got Lee watching in Anglesey in North Wales. What are you drinking, Lee? I'm guessing. Just a hint. Maybe coffee. If you're watching for the first time, do let me know what's in your mug. What is it that you are drinking? Also, let me know where you're watching. Are you both physically, so Lee's in Anglesey, and also like virtually? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Facebook? Are you on YouTube? Are you on the platform formerly known as Twitter? Let me know. I should see some of your comments. Sometimes it doesn't send your comments straight away, so it might be delayed answering, but it's great to see them. I can see that Making is here, and I've got news for everyone who likes our podcast. Smoky Chinese black tea. Now that sounds beautiful. I was actually on Christmas Day, I listened to a whole BBC documentary about tea, so I feel informed now. Strong black coffee, Lee's saying. Yeah, I could do with a strong coffee too. And Ginny says she's gone for a cup of tea. I actually have a cup of tea here in my thermal mug that usually I finish drinking that before the show. But you know what? I'm totally discombobulated. 2 weeks off and I've no idea what I'm doing on a live stream anymore. So do bear with me today. Anyway, it's lovely to have so many of you here, but you want to know about the news. It's hard to find somewhere to put my glasses now. I don't have my chain. So let's get on with that, will we?
Hi, I'm Carol Phillips from Laguna Beach, California, and I'm here watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Hi!
1% of Chrome users, that's the browser that you possibly use to access the internet, have been put into a test group that is now blocking third-party cookies. And I'm one of them. I'm not sure if I'm happy about this or not, but I'm one of them. What does that mean? What do third-party cookies mean? Well, luckily, Google Analytics, which, as you know, is my thing, is the love of my life, shouldn't be too affected by this because third-party cookies, that uses first-party cookies. So that means it only tracks data on your website. Third-party cookies are the ones that tend to get used for advertising, the ones that stalk you around the internet. So basically, once that's on your browser, it follows you and it can see all the different websites that you visit so that it can build up a picture of your interests and then advertise things that are relevant to you. Now that is what's being blocked. It possibly will affect Google Analytics somewhat because the data that Google actually has on users won't be as strong, so we might lose some of our demographic information. But that's not the worry. The worry is for people who are advertising online, which is like most businesses, are going to see an impact from this happening because that is the way that they build a picture of you for Facebook so they know what to advertise to you on Meta. That's how they build a picture of you for Google Ads. Now, obviously, as this is a Google initiative, they are working on a way to get around that. But already Facebook are moving away from that interest targeting towards a more broad targeting and the actual activities that you take part of still can't speak on the Facebook platforms themselves. So it's an interesting one. Now, it is only 1% of users at the moment, which is obviously millions of people. Lots of people use Chrome, but it is planning to roll this out to all users by the end of 2024. Now, the thing about this is it's another privacy measure, and we know that privacy has become like integral to the way that the internet works now. Gone are the days where we can stalk people and retarget people on a whim. It was good for marketers, but maybe it wasn't so good for people. So we are going to see this, these sort of initiatives spread throughout the years. I can see we've got Mark here from Pocket Video School. Good morning, Mark. Welcome to a cookieless future.
I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
From the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast.
And you're watching the Digital Coffee
with Amanda Webb.
Some huge changes are coming to email marketing, or to people, to businesses even. It doesn't even need to be email marketing. Businesses who send over 5,000 emails a day. Now you'll be going, I don't send 5,000 emails a day. If you've got an email list of 5,000 people, you do every time that you send to your list. But maybe you're thinking, I don't send that, so I don't need to worry about this. But actually, I think you should worry about this. You should implement the tactics that Google or Gmail is suggesting that you do. So this is going to affect people with Gmail accounts. If you are emailing a lot of people and you don't have some techie stuff in place, your email simply won't be delivered. So you need to get this stuff sorted. I think I should have checked the deadline really, because this is a news show. I think it's by the end of February. You need to make sure that you have this stuff implemented. Now, I'm not going to get into the technicalities, but it's DGIM, it's DMARC, it's something else. I'm going to put a link. There is a link in the newspaper. So if you download the newspaper, you'll get links on what to do there. And also I'm going to put the link underneath this on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube so you can follow it. But basically, this is another privacy thing. It is really important. It is there to stop spammers. And one of the conditions you will have to meet to get your emails delivered into the Gmail inbox is to have a low spam score, like an extreme, I think it's 0.05% spam score. So that means, number one, make sure that your unsubscribe link is very clear in your emails, because some people will mark your emails as spam anyway. As long as they're not doing it frequently, that's fine. But one way you can stop that is make it really easy to unsubscribe. Now, that's standard practice anyway. You should make it easy to unsubscribe. So make sure you have that there. And make sure you're only sending emails to people who ask to get emails. If you've got an email list and you grew like 3 years ago and you don't email them, that's going to become a problem as well, because those people won't remember that they're on your list, so they're more likely to mark you as spam. So don't worry about the technical stuff, but think about the emails that you're sending. Now, I send 5 days a week. I meet all the parameters. I'm not getting a 0.05% spam rate, so I'm doing something right. But if you are finding people marking you as spam, maybe it's time to clean out your list and think again about how you're approaching your email marketing. I sound a bit preachy today, don't I? Do people think I'm sounding preachy? Gosh, there's so many of you watching. Do say hello if you're watching. I love to know who you are and where you're watching from. I guess it's the first one of the year. So Amanda, you're going to make lots of mistakes today because it is the first show of the year and you're out of practice. Oh, lots of people will watch. Okay, it's not all, well, I would be lying if I said I didn't always make mistakes, wouldn't I? But not quite as random as this.
Hello, this is Nicole from Wonderstars and you are watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Marketers are about to break threads. So we just got that in the EU, just in case you missed the news. Before Christmas, the EU got threads. I got threads. And you know what I like about threads? It seems like Twitter in the old days. It's just people posting in real time, being funny, being amusing, having good conversations. It's not full of people going, follow this link, follow this link, follow this link, or trying to be spammy. In fact, there's a whole fun thing, about like kind of almost anti-marketer, even though it's up marketers that are putting there. It's just an enjoyable space from that point of view. That's what I'm enjoying about Threads. Now, I'm not like posting there a lot, but I am checking in every day and maybe responding to a few conversations. That's all going to change. That's all going to change because us marketers are coming in with our scheduling. Yes, they announced this week that the API is coming to Threads, and the API is the bit that will connect Threads with third-party tools like schedulers and social media management tools. Now, I know if you're a social media manager, you're going, phew, that makes my life so much easier. But we also know that we're going to get a flood of marketing content coming in. And of course we are, because I'm not going to resist that. I'm probably going to start posting marketing content there too, and scheduling it. So it's good because it makes our lives easier, but it's bad because it's going to ruin Threads. It's going to turn it away from the beautiful space that it is already. But having said that, I'm probably not posting enough to make it interesting for them to be able to sell ads. So there has to be some happy medium, I guess. Comment from Ginny there. I just need to find my glasses so I can actually read it. Here they are. It's weird. Here we go. We don't mind if I'm preachy. If you need to improve your email marketing strategy, that's good to know. Yes, please, please, please don't grow a list and never email them. At least, at the very, very least, once a month. I'm not saying email 5 days a week like I do, but I am saying, you need to make sure people remember they signed up to your list, otherwise they'll mark you as spam. That's it, really. Okay, button. Who am I going to press? This one.
This is Making Sang, first name Making, from the FOMO Creator, and you have been watching The Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
And talking of making, I suddenly realised that I forgot to tell you the news. The extra shot is back after a small break. We had a little break, but we are back at 10:30 a.m. on LinkedIn. Come and join us where we're going to discuss one of these stories in more detail. And we also have an internet winner, an internet loser. Myself and Making have been debating this all week. I think we found a good winner and a good loser. You'll have to let us know what I think. So don't forget to join us at 10:30 a.m. on LinkedIn. And you can come and join in as well, and you can have your say. So you don't just have to listen to us having a bit of banter. No, you can come and have your say as well. I feel like I need to press the button again because I've completely forgotten what I'm talking about.
This is Making Sang, first name Making, from the FOMO Creator, and you have been watching The Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
Now, I know it is unpopular to post links to social networks. In fact, I was having this conversation with someone yesterday. If you post a link to social networks, it gets less reach. Which is often true because the social networks want to keep you on the social networks. But of course, you're never going to get anyone to your website. You're never going to convert people on your website unless you sometimes post links. The problem on Twitter has been that a while ago, when they put up the link preview, so the bit that has like the photo and the description and the headline, so you know that what you're clicking through to, they got rid of the description and the headline and just put an image up. So nobody actually knew it was a link. So nobody was actually clicking. You'd have to be very clear about that in your actual post. It's not a tweet anymore. It's not Twitter anymore, Amanda. It's X on X. People were outraged. I may be exaggerating a little bit. Maybe they weren't outraged, but people were quite annoyed about this update. But let's see if I can find the right button to press. Is this the one? This is the one, I think. No, that's not the one. That's a sneak peek of what you're going to see later. I can't find it, Amanda. I can't find it. Okay, so Twitter links are headlines are now back. So over the image, you will see an overlay of the headline again, which I think is good news because people will have a better idea that one, that it is a link, and secondly, they'll know what they're clicking through to. So we could see a little bit of an uptick on traffic to our websites from Twitter/X as a result. It's still maybe not enough. I think people really need to feel reassured when they click a link these days. We become so worried about all the scams that we see that we're less likely to click a link when we actually see it unless we feel that it's a trustworthy link to click. So it is an improvement, but it's probably still not going to result in a flood of link clicks. And I mean, clearly that's because Elon wants to keep everyone on the platform. Bit annoying though, isn't it?
Hi, I'm Danielle from Red Bow, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
One of the traps that us marketers can fall into is we'll look at our stats, our metrics, our analytics, and it won't tell us what we want it to tell us, particularly for clients. It will maybe not give us the results we were hoping for. So what do? We have a little stab around and we try and find something that actually does prove that the work that we're putting in is worth it. I mean, we know, when I say we, I don't do that. I think about doing it. I go, wouldn't it be nice if I could do it? I don't do that. But it is so tempting. You could take it one step further, of course. Like I haven't got my Elon Musk bell out. Hang on. You could take it one step further, like Elon Musk has, and actually make up a metric that tells people that you are successful. And this is it. I put it up. It was a sneak peek earlier. This is it. Seconds per user, apparently this is. So in order to prove that Twitter is still growing, he's not going, oh look, we've retained monthly active users. The normal metrics that they used to measure things by, daily active users, monthly active users. Instead, he's taken the users that are there, he's calculated how many seconds they spend on the platform per week, and he's taken that as an average and decided that Twitter is growing as a result of that. He put this up with great accolade. Now, part of that's good news. The loyal users of Twitter are spending longer there, but it makes it really hard to evaluate how Twitter/X is actually doing. You know, if you were able to compare daily active users to last year's daily active users, you would have a real idea if Twitter was growing. The same with monthly active users, but not with this new metric. Methinks he's just trying to make himself feel a little bit better about the whole thing.
I'm Ant McGinley and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Some Facebook users or some Facebook group admins have been getting a notification. Again, I just can't find anything on my button clicks. Here we go. That's because I need my glasses on. I don't even know where I put them now. Some group admins have been getting a notification to enable AI tools in their groups. Now, this seems to be a small test. Not a lot of people are getting it yet. But what these AI tools are going to do, click the right button. What these AI tools are going to do, I think could be quite useful. So the first thing, or the thing that it's flagging that it will be able to do, is if somebody puts a post up in your group and nobody responds to it within an hour, the AI tool will be able to respond for you. And the way it will do this is it will search all the other group content, try and find the answers that this people needs from that, and paste that in as a comment. And I'm assuming this is obviously going to be AI, so they'll know it's an AI response. This is going to cut back on the work that admins need to do, because you know, it's very hard, particularly if you get a large volume of posts in a group, to stay on top of those and also to go and research the answer. It's also going to stop people getting grumpy saying, you should just do a search in the group because we've answered that question before. But that's never as easy as you think it would be. So I do think these could be really good tools to enable. Now, obviously over Christmas I decided to reactivate all my groups and then decided that probably wasn't a good idea, but I would like to see this in action and see how it actually works and how people respond to the AI answering their questions. I'm wondering how that will go down as well. An interesting update, I think.
Hey, I'm Christine Gritman and you are watching The Digital Coffee with social media superstar Amanda Webb.
Now, I have only been on Threads 5 minutes. We only got it in the EU just before Christmas. But one thing that I find annoying already, because basically I'm using it like I would use Twitter, is that I can't do a search and view the results chronologically. So if I want to know about something that's going on now, don't really see that because I can't choose the chronological feed. You know, that is one of the things, again, that I used to love about Twitter/X was that, you know, you'd be watching a TV show and you could go into the Twitter feed for it and you'd be able to see updates in real time with other. It was like watching TV with the whole world. It was lovely. And the same goes for like things like Twitter chats. If you can't view chronologically, you can't get involved in real time conversations. But that is about, well, that is probably going to change because Threads made a mistake this week. They accidentally activated this button that gave you the option to see your search results chronologically. Now, as soon as they activated, they deactivated it, but of course, very smart users had seen it and went, oh, this is exciting. Threads have come back and say this isn't a public test at the moment, but obviously if this popped up, they are testing it. And I think this would be a real asset. All good, all good. I'm really excited to see what happens with Threads. I don't know if it's going to be the next big thing. I honestly don't, but I know that when it launched in Ireland, well, the EU, a lot of Irish users immediately deactivated their Twitter account. And I am looking at Twitter maybe twice a week rather than daily these days. So I don't know, is it going to be Threads, but it is going to be something like Threads that basically just does need to copy what Twitter used to be. And I think it could be hugely successful. I think I've covered all the news. This has been mad coming back. It's always weird coming back after a break, but thanks so many of you watching. It's fabulous. You know, if you wanted to leave a comment, that would be even more fabulous. I'd love that too. But otherwise, that is all from me for this week until 10:30 a.m, where I will be even more random talking to May King, where we will discuss one of these stories in more detail. We may even get our menopausal brain button out. Yes, we might. So will we see you there on LinkedIn at 10:30? It's an audio conversation. You know, you don't have to come on screen. You can just listen in. But if you have a strong opinion about the topic we're talking about, we'd love to have you come in. If you've got an idea how it might affect your business, we'd love to hear about it. If you've got your own personal experiences, come in, request to speak. We'd love to have you. So that is all from me for this week. Next week, I will have totally remembered exactly what it is. If you want to make sure you don't miss future shows, make sure you can either go to my website to spiderworking.com and click on the digital coffee and sign up for reminders. So you get a reminder 1 hour after the show. Wouldn't be any good, would it? 1 hour before the show by email that we're about to go live, and you get an email on a Monday morning with all the details, the digital coffee newspaper, the links to the replays. So if you want to make sure you don't miss those shows, make sure you sign up there. And okay, I really am going to stop speaking now. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back, same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then, bye-bye.